What up guys? Video now for you for the Night Lords. A start of video anyway. Obviously my birthday, if you've been if you've been watching my videos, you'll know that it was my birthday, and you'll also know that I've been wanting one of these bad boys for a very long time now. And yeah, finally got it. So Forge World, in their usual fashion, that's their idea of instructions for building the Dreadclaw drop pod. Pretty small component list and arrows pointing at where things go, but luckily it's not a massively complex kit, although it is very cool in that the actual Dreadclaw talons can deploy. So all comes in not too bad a size bag. Zoom that out a touch if I can. No, that's all the way zoomed out. And there's a little bag in there with some of the smaller parts. So, to go bit by bit, first thing we'll look at is the actual main hatch cluster, I think it is called. Or no, it's just the pod base. So, base of the pod. So, you know, top of the pod's up here, base down. The iris goes in the bottom there. The actual pod iris opens up, and the idea is that the pod opens up, they step onto the ground, lifts up above the squad. So big old chunky heavy bit of resin, and on the inside of here, let's see if I can actually get zoomed in so you can see it. On the inside of here, very chaotic skulls, demons, souls, whatever you want to call them, cast on the inside. Now I'm of two minds whether I want to smooth out and Dremel these off, or if I want to keep them on, because they are very, very Night Lordy as well as chaosy. So I might actually just keep those on because it's pretty cool. The pod itself is made up from 4 sections, like so. Very chunky, very thick pieces of resin, which obviously is good, but it's going to be one hell of a heavyweight kit. And in the side of all of these pieces are these little runners, and these little runners, move these all out of the way, and to allow for the actual claws of the Dreadclaw, again of which there are 4 of these. A little bit bent, but that's easy enough to redo. Yes, so 4 of these runners, which fit quite cosily, although it's still got all the runs and the gates on, into there, which allow the actual pod to move. Now I'm not too keen on the idea of that in mine. I'm going to model it, I think, and glue it shut, so that they're always got the talons like so, purely because I don't like the idea of these moving up and down and chipping the paint, because really I cannot be bothered to keep repainting them. So that again is a bit of a close-up on the actual landing claws. These I'm forever going to have to be repainting anyway at the bottom where it stands on the table. I'm of two minds whether to actually Dremel these crenellations off, because I'm using these as a pre-heresy army. You know, they wouldn't have been quite so spiky, so I'm quite tempted to take some of the spikes off with a Dremel. Might leave them on the claws, I don't know. I'll think it through. So that's the big bag of bits. There's also the bag of little fiddly bits. So in this little bag of goodies, there's the actual iris, sphincter, whatever you want to call it, that opens and closes in the bottom of the hatch. There are some of the fins and the veins that go in between the main claws. I think there are 8 of these little bad boys in there. Some tiny little claws that actually go around the base of the iris and the hatch in the bottom. Some side thrusters, and of the actual little thrusters, how many of these do they actually have in there? 1, 2, 3, 8 landing thrusters. And obviously, oh, that's my computer beeping at me. Obviously, the pièce de résistance, main engines. Like I said, a very resin heavy kit. Now, I don't know whether most of that is going to be the actual casting gates. I don't know, we'll find out. But I have been looking forward to having one of these kits since I started doing anything even remotely chaosy, because I just think it is absolutely beautiful. Backstory, or as beautiful as chaos can be anyway. Backstory of the actual Dreadclaw design, they were the most advanced drop pod used in the Great Crusade and the Heresy eras. Problem with them is that they were so advanced that the combination of their targeting auguries and the actual machine spirit came very, very close to being self-aware. And in the time of the Heresy, there were a lot of reported accidents in hangar bays mainly on loyalist ships. So a lot of loyalist captains ended up just jettisoning the Dreadclaw into space. But Chaos still use them, and use them very, very well. Because in their rule set, although I don't have the book, I'm still waiting for that to arrive as one of my birthday presents. The rule set, they always start in reserve, can deep strike in on the board, and unlike a normal drop pod that just goes bomp, stays there, chucks its troop out, this thing will deep strike in and go this way, or that way. It's a skimmer. Deep strikes in wherever the hell it wants, flies around a little bit, can drop its guys off whenever. It is brilliant. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I absolutely love this kit, so I'm really looking forward to doing it. I really should finish the Proteus first, along with 1,000,001 other different things, but I like to have options on different things to work on. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll be updating on this as and when I get around to doing it. But yeah, happy birthday to me. Bye.